Hey, what's going on, guys? Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. Uh, just doing some camera settings. Pretty much gonna be working on some stuff today. Sent the kiddo to school, so if we're gonna be able to get some drawing in. Just take a look at the comments. I think we got that stuff shared. We're loading in some music. Actually, let's see. I think my plan was to. Where's that at? I think we're going to listen to some synth. So let's give us a second here. Let's set that up. Or share that screen. This is Night Ride FM. They play some neat synthwave stuff. Let's see if we can. Oh, they're loading now. We might not be sharing anything. Yeah, it's like we might not be sharing nothing. And then killed it. What happened? All right. I think we'll just do that. Let me know if you guys can still hear that. Let me know if that's too loud. Where's that at? Yeah, that's pretty low. I think we might be all right. StreamYard, do. All right. So working on some concept stuff here, but let me show you where we're at on Hammerlock. After I drink some coffee, I'll show you where we're at on Hammerlock. I want to make sure they're not doing any of this weird. Oh yeah, that one is. I keep changing my settings, but it's like I gotta do it every time. Let's just do that. We'll just do manual. Let's bring. No. That should be good. I don't want to do it. I hate auto white balance. No autofocus. Let's turn that balance up a bit. It looks like I'm getting a lot of red. All right, good enough. Good enough for government work. So let's talk about showing where I'm at with Hammerlock. A couple things I've been up to just to kind of catch you guys up here. Let's open that window a little bit more, get some of that natural light in. So did this cartoon picture the other day. Hammerlock giving an old lady her purse back. What I didn't have is, let's see, is that gonna make it better or worse? Let's do that, I guess. Can we have it cracked? I don't want to be so dark, man. We'll do that. Let's bring this one back up. Can we drop that? Exposure. Yeah, let's try that a bit. All right. Boop. Okay. Here we go. Now, so yeah, Hammerlock is giving this lady back her purse. I kind of drew everything too big. There's supposed to be like there's supposed to be a crater, pretty much a crater of the mugger that he put him into the ground. But that one turned out pretty cool. That's not too bad. So we got that. This is the concept for Hammerlock, the comic cover. Since I'm doing a horizontal format, which I might change it, I'm not sure yet. But more concept stuff here. Here I wanted to work on a cover for Hammerlock. And then here was like the first page that I did, first prototype page on that, which is really neat. So that one came out pretty good. So then we're on to a couple more things. I originally was going to try and do the pages like this in some kind of grayscale, but I think the markers, the paper's just not good for it. In case you guys haven't seen this, this is my this one right here was my Terror in the Trenches fan art submission. I didn't win or anything, but I wish they would do a stream where they talk about the pieces. I like how Gabe did his, where he talks about the pieces, just like Fragtober does. This is inside cover. I don't know if it's for Magnificent Bastards 1 or 2. One of those is going to be the inside cover for it, and he did some really neat like yellow on red type stuff on it. It looks like it's like a printing, which would be pretty cool. So what I've been doing, I think going forward, what I did for the last Hammerlock page is do the blue lines original and then take it to the light table and trace the outlines and then ink it. So that way I have two pieces, which is pretty neat. Though I am partial to the blue line. And then here's Hammerlock, page 2. We'll look at the, here's the inks. You can kind of see that, but we'll mainly, let's focus on the blue line stuff here. So here's a blue line work. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm doing some concept stuff for a project that I'm working on. And trying to nail down the style. I see the style in my head, but I can't. So I'm trying to nail it down. I see the style of how I want to draw the story. So yeah, just trying to nail down a style. Of what exactly I want to do. Maybe we'll throw a circle with a star on his shoulder. This is Captain Battle. Captain Battle is a public domain character. And he fights the Nazis with his super awesome jetpack. And all the gadgets that he uses. Now, Captain Battle usually has a eye patch, but I think I might make it a I think it'd be cooler if it's like a robot eye that can see through walls, and maybe that could like zoom in and act like binoculars. Let me do a quick audio check real quick, just to make sure. Okay, cool, we're good. I know sometimes this headset, the audio sounds pretty good, but sometimes it'll act wonky. But it's like a $150, $200 headset, so it shouldn't. But it is used. I did get it secondhand, so who knows? Yeah, let's do a circle and a star. Maybe we'll have a... So Captain Battle does wear red, white, and blue. He kind of looks like he kind of looks like a Captain America Nick Fury. Is pretty much what he looks like. But he has a neat jetpack that he flies around in. And what I want to give him here is a like a bulletproof vest, kinda. I think we're gonna end that here. But I want it to look like what it would look like in the 1940s. You know? So it would be like pretty much like if you grab like the torso piece of like knight's armor is kind of what I want it to look like. And I think maybe we do that here. And then this piece, this would be like, you know, like a darker leather. I'm thinking. Something like this. I think it would be pretty rad. But it's like two pieces. But like brown leather, like a brown leather piece in between. What happened to this? Did my cat jump on it? I'm like fuzzy as all get out over here. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a robotic eye. Maybe I'll do a circle. Maybe it should look like an eye patch. You know, maybe it'll be. Let's see if we can do a. I want to give him a Dick Tracy wristwatch too. My umbrellas keep knocking over outside. I keep seeing movement on the side of my, over here, my peripheral, and this is the umbrella being blown back and forth because that poor little umbrella got beat up. So I'm thinking maybe something. I think maybe one arm maybe might have like a cool communicator, like Dick Tracy wristwatch. I'm thinking, and I want it to look like a Dick Tracy wristwatch. Kind of, I guess, like a homage to it, homage, omelette du fromage. You know. Two knobs, and then we'll do a little speaker in there. Let's see if I could. I think that might be as far as I could zoom in. I think, yeah, as far as I get to zoom in. And if I drop it down, it's gonna like. But there's our little Dick Tracy wristwatch. I'm thinking right hand. And then I'm thinking maybe a grapple hook like type thing on his left. I think that'll be kind of neat, especially if he's flying around, because you can use it to tow stuff or save people or stuff like that. I think would be pretty neat. It should be the other way. It should be like this. If it's his left, curve that in a little bit. Like that. I think a little grapple hook, like some kind of grapple hook rig on that arm. So that's the basic forearm. I want it to be a little bit bigger. But I want it to show that because it's a gauntlet, it's going to be bigger. It's a little bit too big. Bring that in a bit. Let me shoot out the link to some people. Is this still working okay? It's not doing weird stuff. Okay, so I'll make sure no weird stuff is going on here. Let's shoot out the link to some more art bros, man. See if anybody else wants to pop in, you know? I got too many screens. Invite. Let's see. Might be too early for 80s. Shoot one to Comics with Drew. The same time zone. Shoot another one too. Now let's send it to Robo. Remember today. No, 80s is with this kiddo, so. Pretty sure Odin's at work. Yeah, let's shoot over to hockey too. Let me shoot one to Elliot too, because I think he's kind of the same situation as me. I think his kid drops his kiddo off, or his kiddo goes to school. Hey. Let's close that. Oh, Andy Contreras, what's up, buddy? And this is pulling all nighter to my brother's school, and now I'm back. It's 8 a.m. my time, so I'm gonna keep the stream. I'm probably gonna pass out. Get that rest, bro. If big boy Robo comes in, call him a meatbag. I will. We were chatting a bit last night off stream, kind of hanging out. So I don't know. I think he's always busy, man. He's working on projects, and it's hard. It's tough for him to like focus, especially when you're working on somebody else's stuff, and not doing stuff like this. Like if I was like laying out pages or something, that'd probably be harder. So, but he's a busy dude, man. And he's getting work left and right. I mean, rightly so. I mean, his art's awesome, and it's an awesome style. It's like classic comic stuff, or like 90s. I should say more like 2000 comic stuff, late 90s comic stuff. Kind of like Joe Mad's, where it's not like anime, but you can tell it's like animation, even influenced. His actions off the chain. So I'm thinking this might be like maybe like a cool, with a grappling hook. So maybe make that tube longer. It's gonna be like a tube on top that the grappling hook's gonna come out of. I think that'd be neat. I think that'd be pretty neat. Look at some pictures of them actually, and then see where that puts us. They always have them blue top, but I think I'm gonna make them more red. Yeah, they got a blue top, red pants. I think I'm gonna invert them. Okay, yeah, we'll just do that instead. Hip holster, leg holster. Let's look at the I want to check this out too. Trying to see what kind of belt they were wearing, because I want this kit to kind of be. Oh, that's a good one. I think maybe I'll give him because he's wearing maybe the load bearing, maybe. So let's do that. No, not that. This one. So I can't switch that with something else. Alright, we'll just do that, I guess. Andy Contreras says, I was liking that Luchador one you did last time. Was that from an ongoing series? Yeah, that is from my book. That's the one that I'm working on right now, Hammer Lock. And so the way that one's gonna work out, Andy, is what I'm gonna do. Once I get 5 pages done, then I'm gonna work on lettering it, and then every week I'm gonna release a page on my Twitter. And I'm probably gonna make a separate account for it too. So on my Twitter, and then direct people to that Twitter page, that Instagram page, we're gonna actually be able to like read the comic. And then once I get so many done, because it's not going to be it's not gonna be a 30-page story. Each story is probably gonna be like, I'm aiming for like, I was trying to do like 3 to 4, but it's looking like it's going more like probably more like 8 pages, 6 to 8 pages per story. And so that's how it's going to be, almost like the adventures that you read in the newspaper. You know, each adventure is going to be standalone, and it's just going to be an adventure of Hammerlock. So, but once I get so many of those adventures done, then what I'm going to do is, let's say, you know, I have 30 plus pages or something like that. Then I'll release a physical collection. Is what I'll do. So. But yeah, no, that's the Adventures of Hammerlock is coming soon. That's exactly what I know. You didn't see it earlier, but the stuff that I'm working on, I'm 3 pages. I'm 2 pages in, working on the 3rd and 4th layout, and then once I get the 5 pages done, once I get the 5 pages done, then I'll letter it. So I'm using this as a learning experience to figure out how I'm going to do everything. At the same time creating content, my own content. So that's why I have others, you know, if people want me to do stuff, I don't mind doing stuff. I'm not going to do somebody else's 30-page book. I'm going to work on my own shit. So I'm only going to take things that I want to do. Because that's stuff I could do on my own. You know, that's time I could devote to my own stuff. I don't want to really draw on other people's comics. I got my own ideas. Some more cartoony Hammerlocks here. Might do shorts too, little 1-page gags. with Hammerlock. Think like, I'm trying to think what to compare it to, because he's probably like a 80s, like a 70s, 80s wrestling heel, but he's a good guy. So he kind of has that Wolverine attitude, whatever, you know, where he's kind of rough around the edges, but he's like the power comes from the lucha mask, so he's like invulnerable and shit, super strong, invulnerable, stuff like that. So let's see. And this is very nice. Can't wait. Been loving the art process you do with those, but I'm digging the luchador outfit and mask. Yeah, yeah. There's some references to it, because I was a big fan of the old school wrestling. I probably like a lot of the stuff from like the 70s and 80s, like early New Japan, All Japan stuff. But so the premise is that the power comes from the mask. The mask gives them his power. And once you put the mask on, it never comes off. It becomes like part of you. And there's a whole long line of heroes that wore it, and it changes to each person that wears it. So yeah, it's gonna be fun little stories here in this first one with these eye guys. He's fighting these robots. They're stealing like an experimental laser or something. So he's gonna stop them, and then another one he's gonna fight like Frankenstein's. Frankenstein rustlers, and all the enemies I'm working on are going to be named after the villains are going to be named after wrestling moves. But anyway, this was the first thing I did of. This was Captain Battle. So, and then see, I'm doing layouts here for some of the other adventures and stuff like that. So, but I mean, I'd rather be working on my own stuff. So, and that's the end goal. No, actually, that was always the goal for me to do my own stuff. Looks like this background doesn't absorb as much. It doesn't reflect much light. It actually absorbs it. So this is working out pretty good. So that's what this was. I was doing like this. The fourth page is going to be this spread. A full page spread. And this was me concepting, and I just kept going. This is me just laying out the page. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I might do another robot in his hand because he's fighting two at the same time or something like that. So, but I'm taking a break from that third page, the third page layout. And then more concept stuff here. I think instead of doing this one in two verticals, I might split this one instead. Like this. And do one here and one here, I think will give me more. I'm still playing with the format too, like, because I'm doing it horizontal. I'm not doing it vertical. So it's not just like a regular floppy book. I'm going to do it horizontal. And when I have the collection done, when I get the collection finished, and it comes out, it's going to be a book kind of like the size of like a Calvin and Hobbes, like comic strip book, not just a regular, not a regular comic book. So I don't know yet. So I'll probably split this. I think I might have him dodging the laser on one side. In the comic, the comic, I keep calling it's a comic strip kind of, it's going to be black and white. I guess I can call it a serial. Maybe a comic serial or something like that. This one can go too. I was experimenting with some other LEDs and stuff. Saying how it'll work. There's some about this blue line LED that I have that's just working really good, and it's fun to work with. Feels good. So I think I'm gonna do. He's gonna be dodging the laser in this one. More of an oval, I think. You can see that. I actually like how I did this side of Captain Battle. I might keep that. I don't want to do a see here. Looks. I'm trying to go away from the anime stuff because my style is just not like that. Even though as much as I want it to be. So I'm thinking like something. I think this. I'm trying to do speed lines. I fail at speed lines like all the time, dude. So I don't think I'm gonna do them. I think I'm just gonna do this instead. Old chunky comic like whatever it's called, you know. So here I was kind of messing with faces. See how I'm gonna be doing faces and stuff like that. And honestly, I think I'm gonna have him kind of dipping backwards. And I printed out a bunch of kind of reference stuff that I could use. You know, a lot of character sheets that I found online from like Batman the Animated Series, because I like how like action oriented it is. So I got like a little cheat binder that I'm using for like head theories and stuff, which is really cool. And how they break it down too, which I need help with my heads and faces. I feel like I just fudge through them, you know. I'm also kind of working on I gotta sit down and do like a breakdown sheet on Hammerlock. It's like he's leaning forward. So I can learn how to draw him easier, so he's consistent every time. I have him here because he's dodging the laser here, so maybe something like this, like a, you know. Something like this, like a Yowza type. I have to stop doing this too. Still swoop for the chest. I kind of like it, but I think I'm gonna have to. I might have to split it. Yeah. There you go. You guys can see that. I'm working like down here. I don't even think you guys can see what I'm doing. Try not to show you guys my crotch. There we go. I can move this down a little bit. Get it closer to me. I gotta print out that I had a couple character breakdowns too. Gotta help with like C curves and S curves and stuff to make it more like more energetic. Anyway, something like this. I'm thinking I'm gonna spend way too much time drawing this thing. It doesn't even matter. It's also an experiment too, you know. It's kind of like help me find my style, how I want to work. Might be too. No. He broke down the body because that was great. I love his hands too. Bruce Timm's hands and stuff. Let's see. So I like the theories and stuff that I got here and how the character sheet breakdowns is just really cool. Hey, Elliot, what is up, bud? Elliot Rodriguez in the house. If you guys haven't seen it, the one or two, it's probably just me and Elliot in it now. But if you haven't subscribed to Elliot Rodriguez art, man, you're missing out. His rendering is just sick, dude. Yeah, hail to the chat. Hail, my brother. I did send you a link if you wanted to hop on in. Just put the kiddo to bed, so. So yeah, just working. I was working on some concept stuff. Now I'm working on layouts for my book. And how do you have the torso breakdown? I used to get pretty good at the torso, and then at legs I start having issues, and I'm like, man. Yeah, because I think if I approach it like a cartoon, you know, like draw him like this, and this each time, I think that'll be neat. I don't like this. I feel like this isn't extreme enough either. So this is just layout. With the laser, this guy's laser is going to be coming through. Let's scoot this shit over. And move my coffee. Move my coffee over here. General Piggy, hey buddy, thanks for coming in, man. Yeah, hail Elliot Rodriguez art. Yeah, his stuff is amazing, man. He did let's see. Let's I'm gonna drop his link just in case if you guys haven't, his YouTube channel, in case you guys haven't seen it. His rendering is just, man, it's amazing. I think he has I don't know if it's a alternate cover or is that a pinup for Aquila, Aguila. Aguila, I think. Let's see. There, my keyboard's in an awkward position. Look at that. I just put in ELL and he popped up real quick. I don't have the bell. I gotta click on that bell, man. It's ridiculous. Let's do that. I gotta check my subs too. Once I hit 50, I'll do a art giveaway. There you go. It's up there. Yeah, hail General Piggy. Appreciate you coming in, man. And I'm a boomer, so I got to give you guys a play-by-play of what I'm doing. And shoot that. Cool how that come out. Yeah, if you're not subscribed to Elliot Rodriguez art, go for it, man. You gotta get on that ASAP. Let me check I'm getting texts. Give me a second here. I'll be right back. I was wasting time, not realizing the real me was getting lost further and further. Lost further and further. All that matters was finding you. I lost track of time, but in the back of my mind, it was all worth it. 'Cause baby, we found each other. It'd be a lot easier if I just kept the phone by me. Yeah, hail friends, hail everybody. Q. We're listening just in case if you're. Yeah, let me put this up real quick, just so you know what I'm listening to. This is Night Ride FM. It's a live stream. I mean, I don't care. I get struck, whatever. I don't know. Who gives a shit? But they do synthwave stuff, and so that's what we're listening to now. So I'll throw that in the. Let's throw that up here. Night Ride FM. And I think I'm gonna let's pin that. We got that link in the chat too. But it's up to Elliot first. then I think you can go check them out. You have to earn that. You have to earn that link. But yeah, once I hit 50 subs, I'm doing an art giveaway. Maybe I should do a video for that and be like, hey guys, 50 subs, art giveaway. Come on, come on, come on. Maybe we'll do that. You know. So I think that'll be the way to go. Oh, we got a guest. We got a guest in the back. Let's go ahead and add. Elliot, what's up, my man?
Hello. What's going on? Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, you're great, man.
Nice. What's going on? How you doing?
All right, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man. I saw you live streaming, and this is my time slot where I'm free. I was like, yeah, let me jump on in.
Yeah, I'm free. I'm free now too. Daughter's first day of school today, so.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like,
awesome,
sweet. I got time now.
She's going back to school face-to-face classes.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, I'm asking. Your daughter's going back to.
Yeah. It's actually her first day of school ever. She's preschool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, congrats, man.
Yeah, thanks. So we were just like, hey, my wife was like, you could stream in the morning now. I was like, I can. So what you working on now, bud?
Yeah, I got permission for a while back. Also, I got excited too. No, this is a fan piece that I'm showing off for the first time. This is a fan art piece of Frog G.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
I don't know if I can zoom out. Hold on, give me a second.
Sure, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice, man.
Yeah, I did the pencils for this a while back, but I just haven't gotten to inking it yet. And yeah, so I'll get started on it now.
Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, I think you're rendering, man. You're a freaking magician, bro.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. I just try my best. I study a lot of the artists that I like, and I try my best to emulate what they do. And it takes a while. It's not nothing that happened to me overnight. It just takes a while with practice, but I'm glad where my art's at now. I think I'm really happy with it, and I'm glad people are liking the art, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I seen that piece you did for Aquila, man, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
And then was that Armadillo?
Yeah. I did one for King Toad for the upcoming comic Swarm. It was a Swarm against Armadillo, and then I did another piece for Aquila, and I'm working on another one for Aquila actually, and but I can't show that one off just yet. That's why I'm gonna do this one.
Yeah, cool, man.
And
cool.
Just try my best to continue working on it and get better every day. Trying to.
Now, are you working on your own stuff on the side as well?
Yeah. I actually I shouldn't be doing so many fan art pieces. I should focus more on my art. But I'm working on the writing. I'm on the writing stages of my own comic. I have I'm planning on doing a big reveal for everything at the end of the year. Okay. I want to have I plan on having concept sketches of most of the main characters that are going to appear. And I'm going to reveal the characters. I'm going to reveal, just give you an idea of the synopsis, like what the story is about, and then also I'm going to reveal the name of the comic, the logo for the comic, and then and hopefully a lot more. So I plan on doing that live at the end of the year, and then hopefully, hopefully people like it. Hopefully they come out.
And, I think so, man. If it's anything based on your talent, dude, I feel like what you have is a great look. I don't think you should have a problem of putting out something cool and at least reaching a goal for based on your stuff.
Yeah, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I don't know exactly how it is I'm going to market it to everybody because I don't know how I can physically go about just shipping books out to people, but I don't know. I'll get the book done first, and then I'll see what options I have out there, and just go with what I can.
Yeah. That's what I'm working on too. Like I'm doing this, and it's like, let me use this to try and figure out what I'm gonna do and how to do it.
Yeah.
And then then we'll worry about the rest. I'm kind of using this story that I'm working on, this serial for Hammerlock that I'm working on. and it's kind of
Yeah,
gonna be like,
this is a comic about a wrestler, I think. Yeah,
yeah.
nice.
So it's gonna be
Yeah, I saw
based.
some.
It's gonna be based on like I don't know if you ever seen like the old like El Santo Blue Demon movies.
Yeah, yeah. No, I haven't seen the movie, but I'm familiar with
Mm.
Santos. The Santos, yeah.
So they would
The
have like
legendary, the legendary luchador. Yeah.
exactly, and how he like each movie was like an adventure, you know, and it was almost like almost like a live action comic book. You know, this El Santo's gonna go fight Frankenstein. El Santo's gonna go fight vampires. He's gonna go fight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's what this
yeah.
is gonna be like.
Oh,
It's
that's
not gonna
awesome.
be. It's not gonna be like a 30-page like book. It's gonna be like formatted almost like a newspaper comic strip. To each adventure is
Oh,
gonna
that's
be like
awesome.
6 to 8 pages, and then each week I'm gonna show I'm gonna release a page for people to go to like either a Twitter or an Instagram account or website to read it. And then once I get so many pages, then I'm gonna release a
The
collected
book out.
physical edition.
That's Yeah, that's awesome. That's exactly what I had in mind. Also for one of my characters, I have these characters that are called Gino and Shorty, and I do the same idea like the I format it to fit like to be like a Sunday funnies,
Yeah.
like the Sunday comics, and it's completely different for what I normally do. And I got 2 pages of it done. I've already posted it out there, but yeah, I had a similar idea of like doing like a bunch of because they're 1 page shorts. They're 1 page shorts. I figured like you could do like an ongoing story with those guys. But yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I'll definitely uh I'll definitely get behind that because I love those Sunday comics and stuff. It's great. Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, and I'm also going to be using it to kind of experiment with my style and what I want to do. So the look of certain
Yeah,
thing, the look of stuff might change throughout, but you know, it is what it is, man. I'm doing what I'm. It's my thing. I'm gonna do what I want.
that's the best thing about indie. You can do what you want when you want. There's no deadlines. You just have fun with it. No, and I totally get that. That's awesome, man. Um, yeah, I was surprised by how many people out there are into Sunday like into comic strips because I think I'm pretty sure you know. I think he was on your stream a while back. If you're familiar with Drew,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
has a he put me up on um uh what's this comic Hobbs.
Oh, Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah, Calvin and Hobbs. Yeah, he told me
Oh
about them
yeah.
because I showed off when I showed off my strip for Gino and Shorty. He recommended take a look at them because they're classic comic strips from in that genre in that type of storytelling. And yeah, I checked them out and I'm studying up on that. And yeah, he's and I was surprised by how many people were actually into Sunday comics. So it's
Yeah.
awesome.
I think it's like a lost art, man. You know.
Yeah, it's difficult too. Writing for that stuff is really hard because you have to be funny and I mean it's.
Yeah.
I
And
don't know
then,
what you think, but I think it's
yeah.
just difficult writing funny stuff.
Yeah.
Some people have a knack for it, but
Yeah. I might do this kind of the same thing with this Hammerlock character. I was working on this little cartoony style, you know, kind of like a Popeye type
yeah,
rubber hose style. Anytime I want to like mess around or whatever, I'll like draw characters like that, and it's actually kind of, you know, it's pretty fun. So I think about maybe doing the same, like a short, like little shorts on stuff that I see,
nice.
to like comment about, you know, when like something comes out and I'm like, well, that's dumb. Let me do let me do some kind of commentary on that in terms of like comic related stuff, like
Yeah,
when they had that horrible X-Men Green comic came out with the, you know, the environmentalist chick is going around murking people and stuff, and she calls like she has this, Wolverine goes to stop her, like our Wolverine, like OG Wolverine goes to stop her, and so she's like, oh, this bear's gonna fight you, Wolverine, and Wolverine's just getting his ass beat by this bear. I'm like, dude, 90s Wolverine would have killed the bear, like would
yeah,
have gutted the bear. Like But he's like, I don't want to hurt the bear, and then she drives off on Wolverine's motorcycle because he left the
I
keys
don't
in
want to
it.
hurt the bear.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, 90s Wolverine would have went berserk and chopped the bear in half,
Man.
dude. Like, but so I did a little comment, I did a little strip on that I did digitally and just I never finished it. But like stuff like so I did a little strip on that where he's like, hey, like the cops sent me to come get you. Apparently you stabbed the guy. Like he's like, is that a fucking bear? Or like call a bear to fight me? So then the next panel was the girl in the crater, like in a crater. Like you pile drived her into a crater, so her legs sticking out of the crater, and he's petting the bear. Like, you want to talk all this stuff, but it's kind of a dick move to brainwash a bear to do your dirty work for you when you're talking about saving animals,
Oh yeah, that is right, huh? Yeah.
But it was like, and then I wanted to do one on that gay Spider-Man they started pushing everywhere.
Man, that's horrible.
And I was like, okay, well, what the design? The horrible design with the sleeves, because I see the design of the sleeves, and I'm like, look at those ridiculous sleeves. The first thing I'd do is I'd grab the sleeves. Like, come here. Because that's a big like judo and jiu-jitsu thing. You'd grab, you don't want people controlling your sleeves.
Clothing.
Yeah, it controls your arms.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So, I don't know what I did with that. I had that thing in here. It slid somewhere. I gotta find that. I was just looking for the little look, but I did like Stretcher and like a little cartoon style, giving a lady her handbag back.
Oh,
but
nice.
I drew it so big, it was going to be like either the mugger was going to be like through the wall, or he was going to be like in the trash can. But I didn't have no place to put them because I drew them both too big.
That's crazy.
So little comics like that too, on top of working on this, to kind of flex those muscles and not get bored,
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. I was doing a bunch of writing for my comic, and then you just get to a point where you gotta time out for a little bit and get back into drawing.
Yeah, and I'm kind of at that point too, to where it's like that piece I did for Magnificent Bastards. I was just like, I'm gonna draw this guy and this walrus because it seems fun. I'm gonna do that.
Definitely.
I don't want to draw.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, I don't want to draw like Spider-Man or DC guys or anything like that. I'm like, I'm gonna draw indie guys. I'm gonna draw indie stuff if I want to practice. Man. Cool, big boys in the chat. Big boy Robo, thanks for popping in, man.
Yeah. Hail the big boy Robo. Hail to Odin. I see Odin in. What's going on?
Yeah.
Hail to the General. What's going on, General? Yeah, hail everybody.
Piggy's always around. Piggy's a good dude. He's always around supporting and stuff.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll find that cartoon somewhere.
Morgen. Guten Morgen.
Is this it? Oh, okay. I found it. It hit on me. I got to get a smaller portfolio. I bought one of those portfolios that you were talking about.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, to hold the. I love this thing.
Yeah,
like this.
It
thing's
just
amazing.
feels so nice and sleek.
It does. So I got to get a small one for the regular size stuff.
Yeah, they got all sizes. Yeah.
So this was. Let me.
Yeah, good stuff.
I think this might be a little bit too bright. Yeah. So this was the little cartoony style that I was working on. So his torso's a little bit. Man. Yeah, his torso's a little bit too long, but I, drawing the little butt cheeks like Ren and Stimpy. Like I was like, I feel like this is how I feel like it should look.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the beauty about cartoon style art. You can just get crazy with the anatomy. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. It's great. It leaves you a lot of room to exaggerate, to do a lot of great things with it.
Yeah, I've been on this Popeye kick too. Just going back and watching like old Popeye stuff, and I'm like, man, I can't believe I didn't like it, But now I watch it, I'm like, dude, this is like anime fights. It's like what he's doing,
Yeah, man, he's not the mess out of Bruto, man.
Yeah, like his Super Saiyan is eating spinach, It's like, oh, okay, like.
Yeah, same energy.
We got the layout here. So yeah, that's awesome, man. So what's your process in terms of this? Like what I've been doing is I recently started doing blue line, and then from there I put on the light table, and then I do my inks on that, and that way I'll have like two.
And that's
Do
awesome.
you
Yeah.
do you do something like that, or do you just go directly on the page?
No, I very very seldomly use light boxing. I don't. I've never tried it on this kind of paper. I don't know if I could actually, because this is a little bit pretty thick paper,
Hmm.
and I don't know if it would work. Like if I put a light under it, it might. I'm not sure, but I've never tried it. But the only few times that I've actually light boxed anything has been when I've done way back when I first started drawing.
Hmm.
Like I would do like a piece like this, and then I would make a mistake or something that I thought I couldn't correct, and then I would do light boxing on a brand new piece of paper and do the exact same drawing again,
Okay.
and then fix it that way. But no, I mean, other than that, I don't use light boxing. Not because I mean I think there's anything wrong with it, just because I've never been able to make good use of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and the blue pencils, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I've tried blue pencils once and I've scanned it and it still shows up on the scan. So I don't know if maybe I did something wrong with the settings or I went too dark with the blue pencils. I don't know, but it still popped up the one time I did it, and I was like, I don't know what I could have been doing wrong. So I just went back to normal pencils. And
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
normally I just get a piece like this, and I just pencil it out, and then I just go over it on inks. And then after I'm done with for example, here what I have here is just line work. There's no
Mhm.
rendering, no details, nothing. It's just the lines. So I'll ink all of this, and then once I'm done with it, I'll erase everything, and then I start rendering.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's the process. I have to still do this. I gotta do the little fly here. I haven't finished
Mhm.
that, but the rest of this is mostly already set in stone. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I was having that issue
um,
too. I just picked up a scanner, man, Sunday? No, mid last week, and I set it up and stuff. Yeah, and I was trying to figure it out too. Like, is it photo? Is it photo black and white? Is it photo color? Like, I'm like trying to scan, and it's just the blues keep showing up, and I'm just like, I don't know. But even before I had the scanner, I tried that, and I just had like a little like $20 little thing from Amazon, and this is the paper that I use is this Bristol, the Strathmore
yeah,
Bristol stuff that I got,
yeah. That's the one I use. Yeah,
and then with this light table, yeah, it's no problem. So it's almost like when I do it, I'm inking the same way like I would ink on if I was over pencils.
oh, nice.
I'm not tracing it, I'm inking it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, nice.
So, and then I end up with two pieces. I have the black, the inked one, and then I have the original blue
And
line
then the
piece.
pencils.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah,
And so I'd
that's
recommend
awesome.
trying it. I mean, I'm not sure about the blue line. I just like the way it looks. Honestly, at this point, I'm like, cool, man.
Yeah. I have to try that. I'll try that one day.
And then that way too, I'm like, well, if people ever want to buy my stuff, I could either sell the blue line or I could sell the ink. I have a copy still. I still have an original.
Yeah.
So I was to kind of think about that too. It's kind of like, well, I got two copies I can sell now, so that's double the money.
Yeah. I need to get on that. I'll see what I can do about that. Because I don't think in my case I don't think there's much value to my pencils because it's just this. I don't think there'd be any kind of value to it, but the ink work, yeah, it looks a lot different. The ink work at the end.
Yeah, I feel like my rendering's better when I actually render it in pencil.
Yeah.
And then,
that was one of the biggest challenges for me because I learned to ink. I mean, just like recently and before like the last 20 something years, I did everything in pencils. And so the way I render it, the way I do gradients, the way I sketch and everything, like I was used to that, and I had like, to a certain degree, like muscle memory. Like I would just draw things and just things would just come out. But then when I started inking it, Like it was just disastrous at the beginning because I didn't know how to pull off the effects that I wanted to with the pencils.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and it's been a journey since, like trying to figure out like what's the best way to shade out, to shade in, what's the best way to put gradients on everything. And it's difficult. It's not the same,
Yeah.
but I think I found a pretty good middle ground, and I'm pretty happy.
That's good, man. That's
Um,
what problem I'm having right now is with my rendering. I'm like, I do it in the blue line and then with the pencil, and I'm like, man, it looks so good. And then I do it in ink and I just muck it all up. I'm like, oh shit, man.
yeah, I got that same problem. Like I've noticed that like because one of like the biggest critiques that I've gotten is that some of my art. I don't know if it's the case for this or for what I'm doing now, but it's been said to me before that some of my art is stiff. It
Okay.
like it has doesn't have a lot of energy to it, and then it made me look back at my art and see like where in the process did I go wrong, and then yeah, it's I'm assuming it's the inking. Like with when I
Mhm.
do inks, it's I've been told many times to just like go crazy, just go with the flow and not get so caught up in mistakes and stuff you make. Um, I've been told like just let the mistakes fly and just keep the mistakes, and so I'm having like a difficult, not a difficult time, but it is a little bit challenging trying to like let go of things that you normally wouldn't as an artist. And
Yeah.
but it's all part of the growth. I mean, so and so yeah, so like now when I ink, I try my best to like if I mess up something, I'll just leave it. I'll go back over it, or I can use the whiteout or something like that to fix it. Not get so caught up in like the mistakes that I make, but
Hmm.
it is difficult because it's like fighting against your natural urges to like to do something with that you normally do when you draw.
Yeah.
But um, but it is a challenge.
Yeah. I've been trying everything in terms of like the inking. The micro pens and some of these Tombow pens. Those seem to be working pretty good. But even like the brush pens too. That Tombow,
Yeah,
the Fudu no Sukis or whatever. Like
yeah, I love
I've
those.
been
Yeah,
kind of enjoying those too. But I'm just like, I think the flow feel is not flowy enough for me. I I I think I might try like pen and not but brush and ink. I think I'm gonna try
pen and
that.
brushing. Yeah,
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 like the brush and ink. I think I'm gonna try that. Um, and see how that feels.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
all
yeah,
experimenting, but that's kind of the fun part too. Figuring stuff out.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I try to do on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much, by the way, for shouting me out. But that's what I try to do is try to show the things that I've learned along the way.
Hmm.
Not trying so much to like show people how it's done, but just like show people how it is that I came across discovering certain things, and yeah, like the notion that I've gotten from some artists is that brush is the way to go. Like if you can do brush work, it's like much better, at least to the way that the line comes out, than if you were to work with microns and things like that. And so
Hmm.
like emulating brush lines is really difficult unless you just got that kind of skill with your hand. But yeah, and so like along the I'm trying to like find a way to like emulate that brush stroke if that's possible without actually using the brush. And so
Hmm.
the closest thing that I've come to it was that Fuseno Suki brush because it gives it comes really close to the way brush tips work. But yeah, if at the end of the day you can work with a brush, I think my personal opinion is that brushing would be a lot better. I think than microns and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I
But
almost feel like with the brush, it has like a certain energy and feel to it.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
When you
I
want
always
you could do nice and clean and fine stuff with
yeah.
the micron pens and stuff.
Yeah, and I get a kick out of watching those old school artists like draw like how they used to back in the day, and the line work and stuff like that that they would come out with was just amazing. Like I'm a big fan of the brush tips and stuff. It looks great, but I can't do it. Like I don't have um brushes or an ink pot or anything like that. I just work strictly microns and and the brush pens you see in the Fusuki, the Tombos, and that's all I use. And but one day I will make the jump, see how it goes, see how those how the brush works. I'd like to draw. I like to try also with crow quills.
Yeah.
I like to see how working with those is.
Yeah, I'm debating. I might try. They have those little brushes that have the ink in them. I wonder how those, or even the ones you kind of fill up, something like that might be kind of neat.
Yeah, man. Hey, Odin says I do normal pencil and erase with a kneaded eraser. Yeah, that's all. That seems that's legit.
I think knitted eraser is a must-have tool.
Yeah. So right now you're just putting out a few issues of the comic of the Luchador.
Yeah. Once I get to about 5 pages, then I'm gonna scan them and figure out how to do my lettering. I'm gonna do the lettering digital. That's the plan. I'm gonna figure that out. I'm gonna cross that bridge when it comes. I'm not worried about that right now. And then once I get that set, then I think every week I'm gonna upload a page.
Nice.
And then keep working on it. But I feel like those 5-6 pages will give me a nice buffer that I can keep working.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my plan also, but I failed on that end because I only got like 2 pages and I got maybe 5 written out. I just haven't gotten a chance to draw them out yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's awesome. I love that stuff. Are you gonna do you have any idea what you're gonna use for lettering?
I think I'm gonna try Procreate, even though it might not be the best. I mean, I have it on a tablet. I can take it with me if I want to work on stuff. You know, we can. I figured I'm gonna try that, and if that doesn't work, I actually asked my wife because she's a graphic designer. She has like the whole you know, Adobe suite. You know, and I was like, hey, would you want to like letter my book? And she's like, yeah, I could do that. I was like, all right, you should probably make it easy as hell. Me, I'm gonna be struggling. So she might letter my book. I don't know. If I suck at it, I might just give it to her.
Nice.
Cool. Odin says Pentel pocket brushes are sweet. I dig them. And then we have Robo here. I've been using the same kneaded eraser for 10 years. It's as black as tar. I believe it.
Nice.
When I took my break, I want to say I probably used this one in high school, and then I took a long break. So
nice.
So this is about a 22-year-old eraser right here.
Wow. That's good stuff, man.
So it hasn't been used for about 10 years, but it's still I mean, man, it's I don't know what they make this stuff out of, but it's not dry or anything.
Mm-hmm. Did you recently come back into drawing also, or
yeah,
did you start drawing?
Yeah, it was I was watching I was watching all the CG stuff. I kind of got out of comics for a long time. I was when Zach was doing funny videos and stuff, I was watching it, and then I kind of just stopped again. Then I came across EVS's, like when he went to the store and like bought a bunch of stuff. Like this is what you can use to make comics. I'm like, oh, cool,
yeah,
okay.
I saw that same video too, man. Yeah.
So I was like, all right. So I went and bought the same exact stuff. Maybe started messing around a bit, then get back into it. And I think I want to say I came across Dan Fraga's stuff, like the Fragtober stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, that's like really cool. So then I started messing around with it. When he did the Fraga June, I was like, okay. So I started doodling and stuff. And then I think probably like around, I want to say June, maybe even a month before that, last year, I started drawing regularly again.
Oh, nice.
After not drawing like kind of regularly for probably 15 years, I just kind of fell out of it. It was something that I always wanted
Yeah.
to do when I was in high school. Like as a kid, like my dream was always to move to Chicago, live in the city, draw comics. Like that was the goal since I was like 8 years old, you know.
Nice.
And then just kind of fell out of it, you know. And I went to graphic design school, didn't like it, didn't like school that much, and then just stopped drawing and was just running the family business and stuff. Was pretty much what I was doing.
Nice.
Then I came across, you know, Fragtober and that stuff, and like Fraga stuff, and so then I started doodling a bit, and then I started doing digital stuff. My wife got me an iPad, uh, maybe like October, like mid-October, beginning of October. For she got it for me for Christmas because I guess they had a good sale when the new one dropped. So she was gonna
Nice.
hold it, but she's like, "Why am I gonna hold it for till December? I can give it to you now, and you can use it now. Like it's." You know, I'm gonna give you this nice thing. It's like I brought you a nice set of pens, but you can't use it till, you know, 4 months from now. It's like, well, what's the point, man? Like I could be drawing now. So that was her logic, and she gave it to me early. She's like, here's your Christmas gift. I was, oh, cool, great. So I was messing around with that for a little bit and stuff. But seeing Odin actually work and stuff like that, and seeing him do inks was like, you know, I think I'm gonna jump back into to traditional stuff, and that was probably maybe 2 months ago.
Nice.
And it's just like you know, I love it. I feel like this is helping my artwork grow more than digital would, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was gonna ask you that, like, going because I've always wondered, like, with whether or not things like art school would have actually helped improve any of my art at all. And since you've gone, would you say that it has in your case, or is, for example, like what you learn at school something that you can find online? How would
With YouTube, probably everything that you could find online. I would like to take like a figure drawing class or something. But see, the school that I went to, it was a graphic design school, so it was like business orientated. Like there's like these are the programs you need to know. That's all you're doing. So it was like, okay, let's you know, sure. So you know, we did Illustrator, we did Photoshop, we learned how to design websites, like back when like websites, I mean, I'm talking like 2001, 2002. So like
oh
websites
wow,
were still HDMI, you know, or
wow,
HTML. So you had to code it,
yeah,
you know, back in the day. So we were learning that stuff, but there was no, oh, I didn't go for art. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
if I went for
The
art and
commercial aspect of it.
yeah, if I went for like the more artistic stuff, figure drawing, life drawing, stuff like that, probably. But with the way YouTube is now, like, I mean, I don't know. You know, I think you could just learn everything now. I mean, even if you look at like EVS didn't go to art school, like there's a couple CG guys that are putting stuff, and they never went to art school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, so it's
Yeah,
just like, oh
self-taught.
shit, it's possible.
Yeah, self-taught isn't frowned upon as it was back in the day. At least when I remember drawing.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Was before the internet. Now with the internet and social
yeah,
media, you can make your own audience. You can carve your own way.
yeah. That's awesome, man.
Odin says I
Yeah,
have
the
two
YouTube
neat.
videos have helped out a lot
Yeah.
to learn.
Never too late to do the art life. Willow says. Odin says I have two kneaded erasers. I have one that is black as tar and it's much stiffer. I have a softer one that I like, but it gets kind of melty when it's hot out. Now we're talking about erasers now. Robo says
Yeah.
I love my erasers. Never went back to the messy rubber ones. Yeah, I don't understand why. The only
Yeah,
rubber ones that I'll use, I like the little pen things here, but these little clicky ones,
yeah.
like these
Yeah,
are
I got
neat.
one too.
Yeah, but
I got
otherwise
one
than
of these
that,
small ones. Yeah.
I seen the electric ones. If you want to get cool, you still the electric one that erases for you.
Nice.
University was worthless for me. Going to trade school ramped up my development to 100%. That's what I feel like the future is.
Yeah.
Is going to like, you know, like something like the Kubert
Specialized.
school. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. I think that's the way to go. But going to a university is like, because they make you take a bunch of bullshit too.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to do art. You know, why should I know math? Like kick rocks, man.
I saw Joe
I
Ball brush
agree,
away
Big Boy
eraser.
Robo. I saw Joe Ball brush away eraser shavings when he was on AD's show, and this surprised me.
Yeah.
Let's see, I had art teachers turn me away. They say they would mess up my style. Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
Especially now too. You listen to Shantan Jetty's stories of him being at university and the other teachers, the other painting teachers and shit. You know, they're all
Man.
they're all like yahoos. It's like, man.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of things you would try to teach Shanth about painting.
Yeah.
The guy's crazy talented.
Yeah. I guess he had it when he went. He had a good teacher, and I think that was when he went, he had a good teacher. So that kind of grounded him and made him as good as he is, which is usually how it goes, But it's like now the professors are, I mean, he has his co-professors pretty much like trying to, we're trying to crap on him and make up stories about him and all types of stuff. I was like, man, dude, like it's a joke now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like universities, I feel like it's a joke. I feel like you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Just to be like, I got this. Yeah, just be like, I got this degree. It's like, who cares, man? You can't even get a job with that. You don't even need that to get a degree.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Especially now, hell, you can draw two sticks together, and apparently you can work at Marvel.
Yeah.
It's like, who would have thought?
It's all about being somebody's buddy, huh?
Yeah.
Or having the right ideology.
Yeah.
It takes all value away from having that kind of job.
But I guess you know what? It's helping in the long run because it's helping people realize that they can do stuff themselves.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for the could I show something, JBot?
Yeah, sure, man. You want to make your full screen?
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah. But I just wanted to say to the people in the panel, I'm sorry, in the chat, that Wednesday, this Wednesday, I'm gonna have a booty juice on my channel to talk about art and stuff.
Oh, nice.
So if you guys want to come on over on Wednesday.
I might be able to check that out. Yeah.
What is it? 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be interviewing Booty Juice.
Cool, man. That's awesome.
I'm excited to pick his brain. I want to see what his art process is about.
And that's what I can't believe. Like, I think that's one cool thing about CG and even independent comics in general with it being on YouTube and stuff. It's like, could you imagine if you were just like, hey, man, let me see what John Buscema thinks about this. Let me ask him a question. On his live stream. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, sure.
I geek out. Yeah, I geek out all the time with that too. Yeah.
It's like, this is insane. I could throw RT Bear $5 and he'd answer my question for me.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually asked him about inking. I'm like, is there like a beginner's kit that you would get? And while he was inking, he was working on black and white. Nice. And it's like, is there a kit or something? He's like, well, you want to get this, you want to get that, and maybe this is the ink that I use. And he like talking about inking for like 20 minutes. The question I asked him, I was like, cool. Then I clipped it.
Nice. That's what like surprises me and baffles me in a good way about how close we are in a sense to the artists that we grew up with, because I get starstruck all the time, especially like now in CG. It's like being able to get in contact with the creators and then see like what they were going through or what their thought process was while making these comics. It's great.
Yeah, like, and even if you could pull something away too, you're like, oh, awesome. You get a tip to put in your toolbox.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, what's up,
like
Rick Saylor?
For example. Oh, what's going on, Rick? What's going on, man? How you doing? Yeah, it's always a pleasure to see Rick.
Odin says, oh, sweet, booty juice is awesome. All right, Odin.
Yeah, I'm gonna have booty juice Wednesday.
If you didn't know that he was an artist, that would be a pretty crazy comment. Booty juice is awesome. All right, they're gonna clip that. Make a meme out of that.
Yeah. So, yeah, the artist is.
Oh, Big Boy's like, oh, it's a person. Then he's cool too.
Yeah. Come on by on Wednesday and learn everything about booty juice.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And the artist.
Yeah, get your booty juice pro tips on Wednesday. Has nothing to do with monkeypox, y'all. It's all right.
Yeah.
You don't have to wear your mask. That'd be cool, man. Because I'm actually off on Wednesday, so I'll be able to check that out. Because that's usually when I'm going to work. So it's like I pop in, I'm like, okay, cool, and then I have to like do stuff, and I try to watch, but it's like I can't. It's
the house duties. Yeah, I'm gonna pick his brain on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
See what tidbits he can share with us.
Yeah, because he's so good. I feel like more people need to talk about him.
Yeah, I don't see him stream a lot, and I was like surprised that because I asked him out of the blue. I was like, "Hey, man, you think he can come on?" And yeah, he was really open about it. And yeah, man, I'm not passing up that opportunity, man. If I can get him on and talk some art with him, it'd be great. Hopefully, I can get him to set up a camera so he can also draw on the stream.
Yeah,
which would be nice. I don't know. We'll see how the stream goes. Maybe I have too many questions or something for him. We'll see what happens. Yeah. But yeah, this is my piece for Frog G.
Yeah, it's coming out cool, man. It's very good. Your lines are clean, bro.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I was on the Shill Shack months back. No, about a month and a half ago, and I met Jason and Ink Spots, and I was just blown away by their collaboration. Like they did really good. Like the book that they're putting out, I was really impressed by it because the level of collaboration and like just saw how Jason does the ink work and then he hands it over to Ink Spots and then he puts the coloring to it, just blew me away. They got a really good they have a very good marriage of styles, I would say. Like they complement each other really, really well.
Yeah, I'd love to see I'm curious to see somebody go over my pencils with their inks and just to see what it would look like.
Yeah, man, you can talk speak anything. I'll if you want, if you're curious to see, I don't know if I'm if I'm any of the artists on your list, but if you like, yeah, I have no problem making your stuff.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. I'll shoot you something real quick. You know what I mean? And you can, whenever you get to it and stuff, just to see
like
what's
scan
something
the
to look
pencil.
like. Yeah.
And I'll print it out and then ink it and see what happens.
Hey Odin, thanks for coming by. He's at work and he has to work.
Oh man, that sucks. Sucks when you have to work at work. Peace out, Odin.
And I'm over here I keep looking at the clock, thinking if I have to leave for work and I'm not working until second half this afternoon. So I'm like, I got plenty of time. I'll probably cut it off here at it's 10:25 right now. I'll probably cut it off at 11. That's what I'm thinking.
Nice.
Because I do have to go get my daughter from school. I dropped her off. I guess I got to go get her.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the first day, so the whole family's going. Me, my wife, and grandma. We're all going.
Nice.
Go pick her up and stuff to see how her first day was.
Did she cry when you dropped her off?
No, actually, my wife, she walked to a table and was playing and stuff, and my wife starts walking out. I was like, we should say bye. We should say bye. We'll pick you up, because when she turns around and we're gone, she might just freak out because we didn't say goodbye. We always say bye anytime we leave the house and give her a hug and stuff. So it's like, we should say, love you, goodbye, give her a kiss and give her a hug, because I could see her just turning around being like, they were just here, they're gone now, I'm gonna lose my shit. So like, we should say goodbye. We should say bye, we'll pick you up later. And so we did. And she was just like, what are these crazy puzzle pieces on the table? And she's playing with other kids and stuff. So
nice.
She's excited.
Yeah, man, that's something that shocked me also. because when I dropped my daughter off at school, her first day of school was earlier in the year. We have a different school schedule here,
Mhm.
and her first day was back in March.
Okay.
And yeah, she was like, I was worried that she might start crying, or she might not want to go, or she might have these just these feelings of not wanting to be there. But no, she was really cool. She practically kicked us out. Like, all right, mom, dad, I'll see you guys later. I was like, man. And yeah, I was reflecting on that because and thinking about the damage this pandemic had done to all these kids. Because last year,
Yeah.
at least here in Peru, last year everything was virtual, and there was no social interaction, there was no contact, there was no communicating, and um and then I'm seeing, and the rest of the parents, we're all seeing, like right now, like how in need they are of that, like of being able to hang out with their friends and socialize and talk and just
Yeah.
be kids, man. And yeah, I'm glad she's going to school. I'm glad she's enjoying it. And good stuff, man.
Yeah. It's I think I know it was a pandemic, but I feel like they're almost were too like, let's shut everything down. It's like, wait a minute, man.
Yeah,
I understand, but I got bills, dude. You can't just be telling me not to go to
yeah,
work, man. like,
yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah,
calm yourself, man. You can't. Luckily, my wife works for, she's self-employed. She works from home. She has an office here
yeah,
that she works, has her own stuff because she's a graphic designer. She's freelance, so she works for herself. Me, I run a video game store, so I have to sell stuff. Like I
yeah.
have to go to work, man. So at
Yeah, we're gonna
first,
look back. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say at first we were like we didn't know what was going on, so we shut down for 2 weeks. We shut down, but I still was there. Me and my partner, we still were there, cleaning up, organizing stuff, seeing inventory. So we still were going to work, regardless.
Yeah,
The store was just not open, but people would call us, and we're there, so we're answering the phone. So they're like, "Hey man, you guys open?" I was like, "Not now, but like, what are you looking for?" "Hey man, I need a Wii and Wii Sports." "All right, man. I got it. Drive up. I'll take payment over the phone. I'll run it out to you." So I had a mask on and gloves, and I was wiping stuff down with Clorox wipes. Putting it in a bag and running out to the car after they would pay. And so you go, all right, here's a receipt or digital receipt, whatever, if they would pay with card. And so we're doing curbside game sales and stuff.
yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, we're all gonna look back on this in like the next 10 years from now and just realize we did a bunch of things wrong. Huh?
Yeah. Well, I just don't
At least
like.
government wise. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't like how it became like some kind of weird, like, oh, you didn't get vaxxed, like, or you're not wearing a mask, you're a piece of shit human being, you should die. It's like,
Yeah.
whoa, calm down, man. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm old enough to know that when vaccines were created, we called something a vaccine, it killed it, dude. Otherwise, you're just getting a shot, like you're just getting a booster shot, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm old enough to know, like, you took the polio vaccine, you took smallpox, you took your shots. It's not around anymore, man. And people say, well, you're anti-vax. I'm anti-COVID vax because it's not a vax, man. If you told me that it killed it and you never get it, cool, we're on board. But now you're pretty much giving us flu shots, and so you don't get the flu every year now. And that's how I felt. It's not a real vaccine where it's gonna kill it and it's done, and COVID doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's not what it is. Yeah.
It so I'm just like,
they should at least be upfront about it, then, huh?
Yeah.
We
And
got
how
this,
it was rushed out too. It's like, dude, I don't.
Yeah.
It's like they're cautious, and then you want us to give us to our kids that are developing. 3, 4-year-olds. 4-year-olds are approved of vaccines. I'm like, man, stop saying vaccine, man. You guys keep changing the words. That's not what it is. If it was a vaccine, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. But it's not.
Yeah.
But if you didn't want to do that, you were a piece of shit human being, and you wanted to kill everybody, and you deserve to die. It's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, things got out of hand really quick. Yeah.
Yeah, it almost became like this weird us versus them type thing.
Yeah.
Got to go to work. Everyone have a great day. Thanks for stopping by, Rick. Appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah, be safe, Rick.
I'm
gonna have booty juice on Wednesday.
Booty juice. Come for booty juice Wednesday. Elliot's channel. Broken Compass Comics. Hey, James, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate you chilling in the chat.
What's going on, Broken? How you doing, man?
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah. I think I got the Poor Bastard. Oh, I forgot which tier I got. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that Walrus story.
Yeah, it's from what I've heard, man, it's gonna be pretty out there. It's gonna be pretty crazy, which is neat. You know, it's not
it's
just
good to
your
have
standard comic. Yeah. That's tough. I mean, it's a blessing, but it's also a curse, man. There's so much cool stuff out, you know. That's like,
man.
sometimes I gotta be like, am I gonna order this and have the wife yell at me?
Yeah.
Or am I just gonna miss out and try and get it later? So with the Groken, shit, I hope she's not listening to me, man. With that Groken, I got the top tier, man. I got both books and the sketch thing. I was like $90. I'm like, I'll deal with this later. I can't miss this.
The argument is worth it. Yeah, the argument's worth it. I regret nothing.
Yeah. I know what I'm getting into. Sometimes it's easier to ask. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. You know.
Yeah. That's true. I already did it. Yeah.
So I was like, I can't miss out on this.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's gotten to the point in my case where I'm on a first name basis with my mailman.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, they keep changing mine. It's like, man, yeah, they keep changing mine. So like sometimes I could be like, oh, was a good mailman here? Oh, the mailbox is closed. You know, was it the shitty mailman or was it the shitty mail lady? Yeah, because the mailbox is open. I'm like, it just rained, man. Like, how you gonna leave my mailbox open and it rained, dude? It's like, what the hell?
Man, that sucks.
So yeah, it's like, come on, man. What you guys think? I think the FedEx and UPS guys we got are pretty good.
They got what?
Is it the FedEx and UPS guys that we got? Usually they have our route. Usually pretty good though. They'll put stuff behind the plant in the front or something like that. They just don't like throw it on the, you know. Or they'll ring they always like ring the doorbell too. That's one thing I keep forgetting, that if something's not turning out the way you want, I'm like, I'll come back to this later. I'll work on another page.
Nice. Yes. The magic of having that freedom. Right?
Yeah, I almost feel like guys that do it part time, they almost have a, they almost have an advantage. I mean, granted, not that many people know who they are, but it's like, well, I could take my time and put this out. I don't have to like. Like it's like I could just take my time, have the book done, and be like, "Hey guys, here's the book. Let's fund it. It's done."
Yeah, that's actually the approach I'm going to take. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like otherwise it's like you have comic pros that are just like they need to do the funding raise and other stuff because that's how they feed their families.
Yeah. That's another ball game there.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's just a thumbnail. It's not looking the way I want it. It gets the point across. I know what I'm drawing.
Yeah.
Drawing this stuff like it's the actual. I get caught up in drawing this stuff like it's the actual page. I'm like, nah, I gotta cut it out, man. These are just thumbnails. I'm just doing the layout.
You're writing all the stories for your comic?
Yeah.
Nice.
I follow Donald DeLay on Twitter.
Yeah.
And every once in a while he'll go and start like giving writers shit, Just like, I'll go along with him. Yeah, man. Like anybody can write. Like, what are you talking? Some guys like think I'm serious and they get like really mad.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
So, and there's a guy, they know,
What's
like
up?
James knows James knows I'm bullshitting, but some people get really mad. And so it's just me and Donald in this thread, just like really poking the bear, just being like, just outlandish stuff. Like, yeah, I got spell check. I could do what you do. Like, it's all right. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, no, I'm gonna write my own stuff. I already got the script for this one done. But then also I feel like it's like I know where it's going, and I almost feel like something like the Marvel method, or even like kind of what I think more and more guys like even like EVS are just being like, yeah, I mean, this is what I think is going on with this page, and I think I'm gonna do this, and hey, I might change this instead, or while they're doing the art, or while they're like working on stuff. So they don't have some that they're kind of going, piecing as they go along, and that's
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of what I'm doing with this one. I have the general scope of it because it's pretty much just an action. It's going to be an action thing. There's these robots. They're stealing a experimental laser that vaporizes meteors from space or asteroids because they're bigger. Don't ask how. It doesn't even matter. Just a big ass laser. So they're
Just
stealing
accept
parts
it,
of it.
man.
Yeah, I mean, they're walking robots with CRT TV bodies. Like they have
Yeah.
old school TV bodies. Is what their body
Nice.
is, and a giant eye for a head. Don't worry how the laser works. Okay. And
It's
so I
the
know
least of
like
our concerns right now. Yeah.
and so I know like there's not that much like dialogue or whatever. I know what's gonna happen, so then I'm just drawing it, and then I'll worry about filling in stuff later.
Nice.
But I'm drawing this, and I'm going, oh, that'd be cool. Like one shoots a laser at them because they have a laser eye, and then the other one's gonna shoot like the arm, like Dr. Octopus, because they have like these metal like tentacle arms. They're gonna extend the arm at him, and he's gonna catch it, pull it, and chokes and clothesline the shit out of this robot. All right, cool. All right, so I'll be cool after he does that. Maybe he'll like do this to something that So that's how I'm going along while I'm working on it. Like, oh, this will be neat. This will be fun to draw. Is how I'm doing it. That'll be fun to draw. Let me do that.
Nice. I'm going with that similar style. Also, just writing what I like, and then just whatever, as long as it's fun, as long as I'm enjoying it.
I think that's the biggest thing. Just
Yeah.
like, what do you think will be cool?
fun
Oh
with
man,
it.
this will be cool. I think this will be awesome. All right, let's do that.
Yeah.
And that's why I think sometimes some writers they do stuff, and it's like, and I know they want to write, but it's like, dude, that's boring. Like, we could just do that in one page. Let's get to fighting some robots or something. Let's get to let's get to doing something cool. Because that's what's gonna sell the comics. What's gonna sell the comic, or what's gonna bring people to the dance is the cool.
This is cool stuff.
The art's gonna bring people to the dance. This is how I
Exactly.
feel. I feel the art is gonna get people to look at it and at least open the book. And then after that, if you have a good story with the art, that's gonna get them to stay.
I have that same idea. Yeah, I believe the same.
And so I'll mess around with these artists and be like, listen, art sells more comic books than writing. It's just fact. Like, it's just fact. Get all mad, and then I'll be so then I'm like, okay, here's a question. If you can have the script to the Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, if you can have the script, or if you can have the original pages, like the original art pages, what would you pick? And these guys would go, oh, I want the script. I'm like, you're fucking lying. There was no way you're going to tell me that you would rather have the script to the Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller than his actual art pages. That makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's how I know they're full of shit when they're like, oh, I'd have the script. I was like, dude, you could print the script up. You can't have these original pages with all like the white out and like, dude, there's nothing like it. Now maybe if it was like a notebook, like maybe it was like Frank Miller's notebook that he like wrote it out on or something, maybe like if he wrote the script and then typed it up and then did that or whatever, I understand. But dude, you don't want you to tell me that you would rather take the script and the page of Batman jumping through the lightning bolt or whatever. Like,
no way. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, you full of shit. You're doubling down. You know, you're doing this weird SJW stuff where you're doubling down, even though you know you're lying.
Crazy.
But then again, if the story sucked, like, you know what I mean, people were like, yeah, you know, it wouldn't be as iconic as you know, Dark Knight Returns is. You know.
That is definitely true. Yeah, I would love to have those pages.
Yeah.
Any
And
pro page, actually. Huh?
And I'll mess
See how
around
they
with them
did it.
too. There was another one I had was what do you call? What's the first thing that a writer does when he's about to launch a Kickstarter? Get an artist.
Yeah.
Right? If you plan on writing a Kickstarter, what do? I get an artist and have them do a few pages so I can show some art. Nobody launches a Kickstarter saying, here's my comic book with no art, because it's not going to get funded. You can go, hey, I'm working on a comic book. Here's my art. And you can have not written the story yet. And people be like, that's really good art. I'm going to back that. But you can't go, here's my script. I have no art. They're going to be like, hell no. For a comic book? No way.
Exactly. Yeah. That is true. Yeah. Yeah, the art gets the people in the door, no?
Yeah. It gets the people in the club, man. The DJ gets them dancing. And I think, what do you call a comic book editor with no artist? Unemployed. Because there's no book, there's no comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get mad at me about something like that. Like, I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking. I'm half serious, okay? There's some truth in that. Let's be honest.
Yeah, there is, yeah. Yeah, it definitely is. There's been a bunch of people that have made good careers of just drawing good stuff and not having such a good story to back it. Huh?
Yeah.
So it's happened both ways.
I mean, honestly, let's be honest. That kind of was Image.
Yeah.
You know, when Image started, like, you know, I was going back and reading Wildcats. I'm like, dude, this is I found like the first 3 issues of Wildcats like 6 months ago at like a store, and I was like, oh hell yeah, man! Yeah. Like, I got like the first 5 of Wildcats. I think I got like the first 5 of like Gen 13. Like it might be the second run or something, but I think I got like 2 through 6 or something like that. And then I was like, oh cool, like a couple of those Image books that came out, and they're, you know, I like the art and stuff. And I was like, oh man, this takes me back. Let me look at it. I'm trying to read Wildcats, dude, and it's just exposition dump, dude. Every page, they're just cramming information at you, and they haven't earned it, so you don't care about what they're telling you. You know, they're trying about time travel or void stuff, and I'm like, what? Like, same thing, and that's kind of the same thing that like Battle Chasers suffered from too. It was like, it's just exposition after who's this guy? That's so and so's son. Who's that? I don't know. But the art's badass, so I'm looking at the pages, you know. So I mean, let's be honest. It's kind of Image at that time when everybody was coming out with their own stuff. You know, was. You know, it's not the best story, but man, is that art pretty? Let's buy those books.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that happened to me. Reading Spawn. Reading Spawn a little bit, like some of the early issues had some stuff in it, but yeah, I mean that was the general feel about those books back in the day.
Yeah,
great art.
But it's like, well, you know, it does work. It's proven.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell me if Watchmen was drawn like doo-doo that would be the hit that it was today. I don't think it would be.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I actually got most of these lines already inked.
Nice.
I wasn't expecting to get that much done today. That's nice.
Yeah, sometimes when you're chatting, you get in the zone, man. It's just like, you're kind of on autopilot sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
which could be a good and a good or a bad thing depending.
Yeah.
Do that. I drew Stretcher Tiny in this or Hammerlock Tiny in this one.
What happened?
Looking. So I drew Hammerlock Tiny on this one in terms of like size wise. Like, no, you got to be bigger, more muscle.
More cowbell.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, buddy. Yes.
so here's what I got so far, and if you can give me your feedback on this page, as I pull my camera down, that didn't work. There we go. Is that gonna stay? There we go. I guess I
These are 2 panels.
This is it's 4 panels, so it's gonna be a 4 panel on a horizontal. The first one I didn't put, and I'm kind of debating if I am going to, or I might change that layout a bit. So here we have, and the blue lines aren't helping either. And let me make this big so we can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So they're having, this is just like the big laser tube thing being set down with like a thoom sound effect, so you can tell like it's heavy. It's not light.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 of the robots that are carrying it. Again, I didn't worry about too much detail. So this one shoots his arm out, and this one here is shooting a laser out of its eye. And then
that's the arm coming to him.
Yeah, so arm coming to him, and this is the I might make the arm over here to like he's in between the arm and the laser, how he's dodging it, like a whoa. It's gonna be like a whoa, you know. And then he's running. He's gonna dart at him.
Nice.
And then the next page.
Yeah, the laser
and then the next page is going to be.
Oh, nice.
I'm doing a full page spread of him, you know, and I'm gonna put the second robot here, or he might be like slamming it in the ground while clotheslining the other one, like a big action full page. That'll be the first full page of kind of the story. So
that's awesome.
Here's the other.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's good.
So, but yeah, it's a. I mean, I don't know. What do you think about that? Anything you think I should change on that?
Let's see. I don't know. Like off the top of my head, I would say maybe that first panel where the big machine's coming down. I don't know if maybe I don't know if like more details on the actual machine to make it look like it's a machine, or
yeah. There's here. Let me show you the actual thing. Yeah, no, there is, you know, it's kind of a little Kirby-esque on it.
Yeah.
With like lines and stuff. So this is this right here is the thing that they're that they're carrying.
Yeah.
I just didn't put it on that. And then let's see, on the second page when they see him, let me pull that up. And it's the blue lines is just. Yeah, let me fold it. I think I can fold it, and we can see it. Okay. So he yells at him, and it's gonna be a big ass bubble, and that's why I left this space because it's gonna be a yelling bubble here. Where he's gonna be like, "Hey, you pencil neck geeks, drop the thing." He doesn't care what it is. It doesn't, you know. He's like, "Drop the doohickey" or something, you know. And then this is them like turning and looking at him. Like what? And this guy they have little antennas, so I made him a little question mark on his screen and on his head. Like what the fuck?
Oh, nice.
Like what? So then this is where this panel comes from, where they put this. So this is the machine. They put this big laser tube thing down.
Yeah, those markings on the side of the machine would help out a lot. Like the lines like diagonal. Yeah, those markings. Yeah, the Kirby line thing. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, but that's like I'm looking at your panel in the, but I know that there's more to it. But yeah, that's one thing that I would say. And yeah, I mean, so not much to change, just to finish up on that. But yeah, looks great. Looks good. And then he's dodging out of the way, and yeah, dig it.
Yeah,
I
I might
dig it.
change the angle on that one. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll change the angle on that. Maybe because
Yeah, I like
maybe
it.
like he's coming at the panel. Maybe you think it'd be cool if he's coming at you, like he's facing you, coming
Yeah,
at you, and
that could work.
maybe and then this is the I made it the little cover of my little sketch doohickey thing here.
Yeah,
So that'll be like, and then the next page will be this one
nice.
like that. So like I said, and then I
Yeah,
try to ink this and it doesn't look as good. I'm like, man, the hell.
yeah, I hate when that happens. It happens to me sometimes also. Yeah,
Especially these little flicks, man. Like I do these little like just these little tiny flicks that I like this stuff
yeah,
here. I might have to focus it manually,
yeah.
but then I tried in the pen doing the pen and I tried all types of different pens and they end up looking not
But that
as
looks good.
flicky as I like them. I'm like,
Yeah,
man, it's so much easier on with my pencil.
yeah. Interesting. Could you show me? Could you show me the flicky thing again one more time?
Sure. So it's gonna be kind of hard to see, but it's like let's see if I can pull. Where's my camera at? Pro cam, because I got it manual. So let's see if I can focus that.
So on the top of the shoulder, you're saying there's a
Yeah. So like here. And like
yeah.
here, these little things here on the bottom, like when I do them with pencil, man, they come out really cool.
Okay.
They come out exactly how I like.
But then
and then I try to do it on the ink, like just for example, it's not the same, but
there.
like like here, I'm trying to do the same thing. And
Yeah, I
they're
got
too
that.
thin, or they're too fat, or they're not even. I'm just like, dude, man.
Yeah, I got something for that. Hold on, let me show you.
Yeah, let me get out of full screen here.
Man, I can't find the. Hold on, let me a second. I'm gonna turn off the camera just for a little bit. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Just a second. All right, I'm back. Yeah, now normally when I ink, this is what I work on before I actually start rendering. And just so, for example, which you're using Micron to do the flick thingy?
Yeah.
All right.
And I was trying like the pen too, like just the regular, even like the Fudonosuke pens. I got the hard brush and the soft brush.
Yeah.
And like I'll sit here and do it, right? Like I'll sit here and do it, like no problem. Like I'd be like, oh, like that looks great. And then I go to do it on the picture, and then I muck it up. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, I'd recommend if you can get a scrap piece of paper and try to practice a little bit before going to actual ink on the page. But what I normally do is I do this. I've seen Finch do this also. He's got a really good video about it also, about how he gets that effect off. But what he does, and it's like do like a little ball and then flick. Do a little ball and then flick. Do a little ball and flick. And that's one way of doing it. If you do with the microns, you can do the exact same thing. This is the micron ball, flick. Now, what I would recommend is, at least in my experience with these microns, they work much better when they're newer. This one's a little bit it's a little bit older now because you can see that line is too fine. But the idea is that you ball and flick. Or you can do it even more ovalish shape and just go back and forth and flick, back and forth, flick, back and forth, flick. flick, flick, back and forth, flick. That could be one thing that you can do, but yeah, for the best results, in my opinion, is this. And again, back and forth, and just flick it,
Mhm.
and then do that.
Because I'll do them with the Furunosuke, and I'll be like, yeah, man, cool, that looks great. You know, I'll practice, do about like 20. I'm like, cool, man. Then I go to do it on the page, and I just mess it up. I'm like, man, I just did them. They were great.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, with practice, like, I mean, you can, like, for example, you have your black area, then you have like this shape that you want to render out from, and you can do the same though. Just do that and pull out, do that, and pull out. And if you want to, for example, like if you want like what I normally do also, like if I want these hash lines to cover a certain area, with the pencil I mark out that area and I say I want it to be here, and then I start doing that like that.
Ah, okay.
That could also work. So that you can keep a consistency. Like, don't keep it, because if you have it like one that's really long, then short, then long, then short, then long, then it breaks the effect.
Yeah.
So if you want that unity, you can do that. That could help out also. Then I do that sometimes, and then I just erase this afterwards lightly, because sometimes when I erase too hard, it picks up some of the ink. So just be careful when you erase it. And then, for example, if you have something like this that's too far out, that's too long, you can just white that out in digital later afterwards, and then that could be something that you could do. But yeah, I'd recommend practice on a page like this before jumping onto it. And yeah, just do these things here, and then flick out, and then flick out, and then flick out.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm actually going to do a video either this week or next week about how I approach that, while I also take a look at other artists and how they render.
Okay.
Because yeah, I'm still learning myself from about that rendering stuff. But yeah, I think that could help.
Cool, man. I appreciate the help. It's gonna be time for me to wrap it up. I gotta go pick up my bugaboo.
Yeah, no problem at all, man. Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Oh, no problem, man. And I'll probably do more of these streams and stuff. So anytime I'm on, man, I'll go ahead and give you I'll shoot you a link and stuff. So
no problem. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, everybody says hello.
Nice to see you. Hey. Thanks for supporting JBot. We love him.
They say thanks for supporting me. See that? Yeah. Well, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for keeping me company. Anytime I get on, Elliot, I'll shoot you a link, man. If you can't make it or not, man. So.
Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah. Also, likewise, I'd like to have you on if you have time in the morning. I'd like to have you on one day also, so you can take a look at your project.
Cool, for sure, man. Great. For sure.
Yeah, awesome, man.
Hey, well, everybody, hail to the chat. Thanks you guys for tuning in. I gotta go. Peace out.